So this past fall, I accompanied my husband to his college homecoming. And the college he attended is a predominantly white college. A lot of his college buddies are black. And when he would introduce me to an old college buddy, the wife that was standing next to him would be a white woman. And then he would introduce me to another college buddy who was black, and he would have a white wife standing right next to him. And then just as we proceeded through the festivities, it just the same scenario over and over again. You look to the right, black man, white wife. Left, black man, white wife. Look up in the sky, look up under the table. They were everywhere. So anyway, at the end of that day, we went out to dinner, had a really nice dinner, and I was really surprised to see that these men were very, very similar to my husband. I mean, some of the nicest, educated black men that you could meet. And one of the wives and their daughter was with us at the dinner. We had a really nice time. One of his buddies is divorced, but he has a white girlfriend. But his ex-wife is black. And he showed me a picture of his two grown daughters that he had with his ex-wife. Beautiful women. He was so proud of them. They were gorgeous. And so this brother clearly did not take exception to black women. His first choice was a black woman. And I know that the statistics say that upwards of 80% of black men marry black women, date black women. At that particular event, it was vice versa. So anyway, the dinner ended, and the men were huddled over there talking. And so I was talking with the wife, and I had met her 6 years prior to this event. And she was really nice when I met her 6 years ago. Exact same person. This time around, I found out she was a pharmacist, and she was entertaining the idea of starting her own business. So we got into a really good conversation. Really nice. I really had a good time. So when the weekend ended and we were driving back home, I just felt so puzzled and a little confused with what I had experienced that weekend, because I had this belief that most black men who married outside of their race, not all, but I felt that most black men who dated outside of their race had some self-hatred issues. They were men that I wouldn't be interested in. And I found that belief I had was not able to hold water. And I asked the Most High. My husband and I are driving. I'm just having this private conversation with the Most High. And I asked him, I said, why don't they like us? Why don't black men like us? And you know, when you get quiet before the Most High and you are really asking a question and seeking for an answer, You will really be surprised. It's not coming from you. It's coming from the Most High. And so he responded to my question with a question. And he asked me, how many black girlfriends do you have? And I froze. My mother, I consider, these are my black girlfriends. My mother, 2 of my 5 sisters, I consider as friends that I adore. My ex-mother-in-law, I consider her as a friend. And one of my husband's aunts. And that's it. I would say over the past maybe 30 years, I've only had, and I have entertained having black girlfriends, but out of all of those years, and the reason why I can go back that far is because one of them I met during my internship. So she and we had a really good relationship, never had any issues. And then another woman that I met in California. Those were 2 positive relationships that I had. All of the other ones, yeah, not good. There was a common thread with the many women that would kind of come into my life, and then I would just be like, yeah, this isn't going to work, or I would just distance myself or whatever. I'm really good with cutting people now, the older that I get, because I could see BS more clearly. But the common thread was there were integrity issues. And so for some quick examples, like I would meet women and they would immediately like want me to come to their house. Oh, I'm having a barbecue, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm thinking maybe they are entertaining, like getting to know me or starting a friendship. And then I would find out, oh, you really just wanted me to come in your house and see how you were living and see your closet. That has happened many times. Another thing that would happen, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this, it doesn't matter what race you are, but having people in your life who really don't like you, but they try to cling to you because they can get something from you, or they like your title, they like who you are or where you live or whatever. But they really don't like you. So I have experienced that a lot too. So there's this integrity issue. Also, I have to say that the wife that I met 6 years ago, and we were talking again this past fall at the homecoming, if she was black, I would have known she was a pharmacist 6 years ago. 6 years ago. And that's another thing that it's like maybe this sense of competitiveness that's there between black women. So those are my reasons, but it was interesting that the Most High turned the mirror on me. We really need to get back to the way the Most High has designed the family unit to be: a husband, a wife, and a child. I think that young women really need to be careful with who they model themselves after. A lot of young women, they're seeing these older black women and young black women with no husband, with children, and appearing, they have this semblance of having it all together. you need to really be careful with what you're looking at. Also, keep in mind that misery loves company. So people can tell you, you don't need a husband. You don't need a husband. I'm doing fine without a husband. You have your career, you have your degree, what you need them for, whatever. Don't listen to that. Do not listen to that. Yeah, you really don't know how they are on their off days or when you're not seeing them. Maybe you're seeing them on a good day. It is not easy raising another human being. I know this. I have a son, and I was married for 11 years. So it still wasn't easy with that, but I surely was not about to add any additional stress on my life to do it all on my own. It was not meant for us to raise kids all on our own. Okay. So, and I want to mention Kevin Samuels. I didn't understand what all of the fuss was about. When I found out about him, I know he passed away last May, and I found out about him, I believe, several months or a year prior to his death. And I watched the video, and I thought, okay, maybe I'm watching the wrong video because I don't see anything wrong that he's saying. And I watched another video, and I said, okay, let me find this video. Like, what are people talking about? They're talking about is this cruel man saying all of these egregious things. I could never find a video of anything bad that he was saying. I had my mom watch a couple videos with me. She's going to be 87 this year. She could not find anything wrong that he was saying. If you really want to know the truth about something, if you really want to have a successful marriage, you need to follow after women who have a successful marriage. Yeah. Don't model yourself or listen to single women. They don't know. That's just like going to someone that's broke and asking them, how do I improve my finances? They don't know. And some people, like I said, misery loves company. So some people want you to come on over here. Come on and enjoy the misery. My husband, I told him, and he agreed to share the video with his youngest daughter. At the time, she was 17, because that's that ripe age, like between 17 and 21. Like, don't make any mistakes now. Keep your mind focused on school, and even when you graduate from school, if you want this type of man, don't give yourself to Ray Ray and Pookie. Yeah. Most men may not want to deal with that. So, and that's what Kevin Samuels was trying to tell these young women. Anyway, my bonus daughter, she was pissed. She was pissed. She told my husband, don't ever send a video like that to me again. She was young. She needs to mature. And then maybe she will understand what he's saying. I don't care about how he was saying it. Yeah, like, we need to grow up. Is he telling the truth? Some of my best professors were not the nicest people. But it did not take away from them teaching the truth. And we have issues with the truth in our community. And the only way our community is going to improve is if we start doing things the Most High's way. Please share your comments. I want to hear from you. If you are a Black man, I want to hear about your experiences, whether you are dating outside of your race, why, are you having success with Black women? What changes would you like to see? And either Black women, we could take heed and make some changes, or we can, keep on being single and raising kids by ourselves. And on that note, I will see you all next week.